Hey buddy, so basically in today's GFG POTD we have a problem, find all triplets with zero sum. So basically it is an easy level of problem, and as a problem given here, given an array R, find all possible indices I, j, k of triplets, array of I, array of j, and k in the array whose sum is equal to 0. Return indices of triplets in any order, and all the returned triplets indices should also be internally sorted. That is, for any triplets indices I, j, k, the condition I is less than j is less than k should hold. Note, try to solve this problem using order of n square approach. So basically, this is the example 1 here, where if we see this particular example, and here we have an array 0, -1, 2, -3 and 1. So if we take the three triplets number whose sum is equal to 0, then it will be like 0 and 1 and 4. Basically these are returning the indices. Okay, like if you're talking about 0 and 1 and 4, like 0, 1 and 1, if we take the sum of all this thing of these three numbers, we got here 0. Similarly, if you're talking about this number also, like 2, 3, 4, here -1, 2 and -3, so again it will return 0. So as an output we have to return the indices. Similarly, if you're talking about the example 2, here we have to also take like this number, like 0, 1, like this indices, like 0, 1, 2. If we like add this all numbers, we are getting 0. So we have to return the indices value whose sum is equal to 0. And basically this is based on sorting, arrays and hash map. Okay, so we can solve this problem by using pairs also, or also we can say that vectors of vectors also, like vector and vector of vector. Here we have to make a int type, and let's say here we have to define it as an answer variable. Okay, then we have to like traverse it one by one. That means here we have to traverse inside the array, and we have to check for those indices whose sum is equal to 0. If those indices are like returns as a 0 sum, then we have to store somewhere inside the vector. So for that, let's traverse inside. Let's say here I'm declaring int I is equal to 0 and I is less than array dot size, whatever the size of an array. Let's say currently the size of an array is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It will be 6, but here we have to like traverse till 2 position. That means here we have to make a triplet. So for that, here we have to like traverse till I is less than equal to 3. That means here we have to traverse till only 3 elements I plus plus, and then after that, for int j is equal to 0, not 0, I plus 1. That means we have to place it on the second element next to I indices, then j is less than or equal to array dot size, and here in this time we have to traverse till only 2 position, and then j plus plus. After that, here we have to again declare another variable k is equal to j plus 1, and k is less than array dot size, and then k plus plus. Now here we need to check the condition. That means if array of I plus array of j plus array of k, if all their sum is equal to 0, then there we have to return only the indices value. So for that, here we have to, let's say, create a vector which is basically to store the temp we can select indices value. So here we can select vector int indices all the time. So here we have like defined our vector as an indices value int, and then after that, here we can select int dot answer, int dot pushback, I. That means here we have to take it my first value, and as the question also given here that we have to like place it in the sorted manner. That means I is less than j is less than k should hold. So here we have to also place it in that manner also. So int dot pushback. Similarly, we have to also store key value also. So once we have put all the values, once we have stored all the indices value, we need to also check for the other indices whose sum is equal to 0. So for that, first of all, we have to store all this ijk value inside the final vector, that means our answer variable. So here we can set answer dot pushback, and here we need to store our indices value, that means end, and at the final we need to simply return our result. So return answer. Let's try to compile and run. So answer is not declared. Okay, so here I've done a syntax error, that means you have to use this thing. Now let's try to compile and run again. Now our compilation is completed. Let's try to submit it. So it's submitted. So basically this question is is asking for order of n square, but I have solved this problem with a time complexity of n cube. So yeah, that's all for today. Thanks for watching.